whether it be outward or inward. He can handle your storm. When he came to the other side, apparently this demoniac man had been in the mountains watching Jesus. He saw him when he was handling the storm. It could be that this storm had some reference to this demoniac in the mountains. Because you remember during the storm that we discussed last week, the Bible said Jesus rebuked the wind. The word rebuke in the Greek language means to be muzzled. It means to shut up. You see, what the devil was trying to do is kill Jesus on the water. He was not after the disciples. He was trying to drown Jesus. But he discovered that Jesus was more than he could handle, even on the water. Jesus now arrived at the other side. The devil knew him then, and the devil know him now. Don't fool yourself. The devil know who God is, and he always try to switch it around. Remember, the devil went to God about man, and the devil went to man about God. In Genesis chapter 3, he goes to mankind and said, did God say? In other words, he plants a doubt. Then he turned around and said, God did not say. He plants a denial. And then not only did he go to man about God, he goes to God about man. Because the devil went to God and said, if you de-hedge Job, I will dethrone. He's a he liked to stab you in the back. He tried to get you off guard. That's why you have to be careful when you lay and play with the devil. Because you're no good at it, that whatever you do for you, whatever you do that. This man, he is now in the mountains and in the tombs, but he see Jesus. The Bible says when he saw the Lord, when he came over to the other side of the sea into the country of the Gadarenes, and when he was come out of the ship, immediately there met him. Can I hang that for a moment? There met him. Do you know your success or your failures have a lot to do with who you meet? Your ups and downs have a lot to do with who you meet. Some people are struggling in life now because you met the wrong person. You met somebody that you thought was going to lift you up, but they tore you down. You have been struggling for years trying to get over because of who you met. Talk to me, somebody. Here, divinity meets devilish meet. Here, darkness meet light. Here, doubt meet faith. The man met Jesus. Talk to me, somebody. I don't know about you, but can you remember when your life changed? It was not after your graduation. It was not after you met Mr. and Mrs. Right. When it really changed was when you met Jesus. Because when you meet him, a change will take place. Change from darkness to light. Change from wrong to right. Change from doubt to faith. change from sinner to saint when you meet Jesus. Preach, Reverend Ray. He met him. He met him. Now watch what happened when he meet Jesus. They met him out of the ship. Lord. A man had his dwellings in the tomb. I see several things about this text. He was in the tomb. The tomb is not a place for living. It's a place for the dead. He met him in the tombs. He lived in the tomb. He lived among the dead. Talk to me, somebody. Which meant he had given up on life. He had moved to the graveyard. Do you know people that have given up on life? They don't want to do nothing. They don't want to be with nobody. They don't want to be around nobody. They don't want to come to church. They don't want to read the scripture. Have given up on life. But how many know that if there's life, there's hope? We still got some life in you. There's hope. This fella remind me of some other folk I know. He wouldn't go home. He wouldn't go to church. He wouldn't go to school. He wouldn't go to work. Preach, Reverend Ray. Do you know anybody like that? That won't work? Won't go to school? Talk to me, somebody. Won't go home? And won't go to church. These are four institutions just there for a purpose. You see, work, whether we like it or not, is good for us. Work teach you your worth. Talk to me. When you got to go to work, you prepare yourself. When you go to work, you get up early in the morning, doll yourself up. Talk to me, somebody. You put stuff on that you wouldn't put on at the house. Talk to me, son. You get your hair fixed so that you look proper at work. Talk to me, somebody. You believe in getting there on time to do a hard day's work for hard days, honest days, pay. You go to work. Talk to me, somebody. It helped discipline you about life. In other words, God says, if a man don't work, he don't eat. I wish I had some help in this house. God said it. God said, if you don't eat, you got to work. Work is important. Anything around here in life, here because somebody worked. You see these lights on in the house? They didn't just happen to be in the city. They're there because somebody to work. Pews you're sitting on. They didn't just come straight out of the woods and park here. They come because somebody to work. This mic I hold in my hand. This happened. It's because somebody went to work. The car you drove up in here in that pretty little red car. Preach from it just happened to be a pretty red car and just left the factory just without anything. It's there because somebody went to work. Have the tools you got. They didn't just come from the cotton field looking like this. No, somebody did some work. Work is important. God designed it so that we must work. Work is important. It's important. Quality is kept where we are because somebody said school is important. Get all you can while you can. My daddy used to say, get it early. Because the older you get, your brains are like cement. The older, the harder they get. Talk to me, somebody. Learn it while you can. If you ever learn it, it's there. I've had young preachers and pastors across the country to ask me how is it that I can pull up so many scriptures and what. He said, what do you do to remember? I said, I do not remember nothing. Difference between memory and learning it. Talk to me, son. If you remember something, you'll forget it. But if you learn it, it's there. Talk to me, son. Don't try to remember stuff. Learn it. And the best way to learn it is to live it. I'll let you alone here in a moment. School is important. Home is important. Don't ever mess up at home. But even when you mess up at home, that's the first place that will receive you back. Learn how to treat the home right. Do I have a witness? Because when your buddies turn their back on you, when your spouse leave you, talk to me, somebody, you ought to be able to come home. Home. Joshua 24:15, if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord, choose ye this day whom you will serve. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. As it is, the Lord house in order. I got any help in this house. In my Father's house are many mansions. You want to have a home. He did not go to school. He would not work, but he didn't go to church.